could come full circle for the Arizona Wildcats here in the Circle City. The last time they played in a Final Four here in Indianapolis, they won 2 games, beat Kentucky in overtime, and came home with a national championship. That nostalgia is really hitting U of A fans differently. They're throwing it back like it's 1997, and Wildcat Nation, we know, travels well. Expect them to be out in force here in the Hoosier State. Well, they will have Lucas Oil Stadium rocking like McHale Center down in Tucson, and we expect to see a large gathering and a cheering section for the Valley's own Koa Pete. This time last year, the Perry High School product was coming off winning his 4th state championship, his 3rd in the Open Division, which is the upper echelon of high school hoops in Arizona. Now he's just 2 wins away from becoming a national champion. Mind you, he has 4 gold medals in international ball. We talked to Koa today after today's closed practice. He told me he expects to see most of his family making the trip. He is the youngest of 7 siblings, all accomplished athletes in their own right. U of A was attractive to Pete because his family could come down to watch him play in Tucson. He was a top prospect nationally. Now he's on basketball's biggest stage, representing his home state and adding to his basketball legacy. What does this moment feel like? Take me through it.
It's really cool, to be at the Final Four, with this great team and, great people around me. Just excited for Saturday. I played in a lot of big games growing up, so, I think, just playing with great players and being coached by great coaches, and playing the best competition I could play, and got me pretty seized and ready for this moment. I would just say let's go get a natty, bring it back to Arizona.
Yeah, that's the Valley boy repping for State 48. It is Arizona versus Michigan, tipping off at 5:39 local time on Saturday. The marquee matchup here with a spot in the national title game on the line for these 2 storied programs. The winner will face either Illinois or UConn. And we have a local connection on the Michigan side. The Big Ten Player of the Year, Yaxel Lendeborg, played junior college ball at Arizona Western in Yuma. So a little State 48 origin story on the other side of this matchup. And fans were on edge leading into the Elite 8 matchup because they were holding on to all of the anxiety of 25 years of not making it to a Final Four. Now they're holding their breath because head coach Tommy Lloyd is the subject of speculation. There is a head coaching vacancy at North Carolina, one of the perennial blue bloods in college basketball. Hear what Tommy Lloyd has to say about the speculation, and we heard from the players who know that Tommy Lloyd's name is a hot name in the mix. You'll hear from them on 12 News at 5. Live in Indianapolis for the men's Final Four, I'm Lena Washington, 12 Sports.
Yeah, I'm so glad that 12 News, we made the effort to send Lena out there and get these types of stories. All right, so Lena, here's the deal, though. Isn't Arizona one of the best head coaching jobs in the whole country? They're always a powerhouse, and I get it's North Carolina. Is it really that much more attractive that they can poach this coach away?
It really depends on who you ask. I think what Tommy Lloyd's done in Tucson, getting to the Final Four in 5 seasons, which is similar to a Lute Olson timeline, and you look at his legacy, it's a pretty good gig. He's got the fans behind him, but we've heard of maybe some tension with the AD, Desiree Reed-Francois, whose son plays for U of A. Tommy Lloyd was also asked about that today. He had a very interesting answer that we'll get to later on as we continue our coverage here, but this story could change this time next week. We know things move fast in college sports.
What are the emotions like watching U of A advance to the Final Four last night?
That's a loaded question, man. In the first half, you're like, is this shades of Wisconsin all over again? Is this shades of all the other upsets that we've experienced all over again? Because it clearly looked like we were the better team. We were just getting out executed. But at halftime, I tweeted, either you believe in this team or you don't. This team is giving you no reason to not believe that it can adjust and come back. And that's exactly what they did. So, when Tommy shouted out Lute Olson, listen, he's not here. And that's sad that he wasn't able to see somebody carry on his legacy to a point where, this team gets back to a Final Four. So you think about him personally, I had just joined the military the week after we lost in the national championship to Duke back in 2001. I thought for sure we'd be back sooner than that. It really did feel like a collective weight off of everybody's shoulders because they needed this. They need this for validation. They needed this to prove a point and really to get back on the map nationally in terms of a focal point in the West Coast. And they've done that.
What was it like to see the scene back in Tucson at 2:00 in the morning?
That was electric. It's beautiful. And that's what separates Arizona basketball from just about every sport, every team on the West Coast. There's not a lot that come with that kind of fanfare and fan support like Arizona basketball does. I would say that Arizona basketball is one of the few things on the West Coast that rivals SEC football.
They clearly seem like the best team in the country and the favorite to win it all. How did we get here?
This is the epitome of a team. When one guy's off, another one steps up. Koa Pete, last night, you could just tell that he felt the moment. He felt like they needed somebody to just kind of show them the way a little bit. And in that second half, he certainly did that. The guys off the bench, the starters, 1 through 8, everybody chips in at such a high level. I've honestly never seen a team quite like this before. They have championship pedigree. We know about the Koa Pete story, but Braden Burry's state champion, Ivan Karchenkov, European champion. Like, these guys have it in their blood. So it's not that you were adding freshmen. You were adding experienced freshmen on a variety of different levels who know how to win games. And it showed last night.
They're going to win the whole thing?
I said it last week. They're certainly the favorites too. I'm not going to waver from that one talking point. I'm not making guarantees. I'm not going to call this the A-kicking invitational like Charles did. I am just going to say that this team has all the tools to win a national championship. I will also say this. There's a little part of me, selfishly, that would love to see Illinois in the national championship because I would love for Eddie Johnson to absolutely eat crow because of all the trash talking he and I have been doing this entire season.
Solve for everybody in the Valley. Give him a bear down.
Oh, bear down, baby, always.
Remember this photo? Lute Olson holding up that trophy. Messy hair and all after winning it all. It was the last time a West Coast team won all of March Madness back in '97. 29 years later, U of A has a chance to do it again in Indy. And that's where we find our very own Lena Washington. She is live outside of Lucas Oil Stadium with more. Hey, Lena.
Hey, Cam, that's right. Yes, U of A fans breathed a collective sigh of relief after the Arizona Wildcats punched their ticket to the Final Four, ending that 25-year drought. But now fans are refreshing the online message boards and scrolling social media to see if there's any news regarding head coach Tommy Lloyd, whose name is in the mix for the head coach opening at North Carolina. He's been fielding questions every day for the last week about this, but so has Michigan's head coach Dusty May. Maybe not every day, but he has been asked about his interest in the program or if he could be on the move from Michigan. He's in his second season with the Wolverines after leading Florida Atlantic to the Final Four in 2023. Lloyd's in his 5th season with the Wildcats, and he knows about loyalty. He was an assistant at Gonzaga for 2 decades, enjoyed 2 trips to the Final Four with the Zags, but now he's making his mark at Arizona. And Cam mentioned Lute Olson. He also took the Cats to the Final Four in his 5th season in Tucson. But Lloyd's success is catching the nation's attention. He's a cool customer, but he's the hottest coach in college basketball right now. His players understand that winning could lead to opportunities outside of Tucson, but they're locked in on getting it done here in Indy.
I'm kind of just one thing at a time. I'm not a multitasker. You can ask my wife. So I'm 100% locked in on Arizona basketball right now, and I'm excited to see what this team can do. I have a real strong belief in this team, and this team deserves my full attention, so that's what I'm giving them.
You know how the way college basketball is going right now, you do your job and, you know, other people are going to get rewarded for it. So, you know, whether they do what they want to do after this, you know, other coaches getting different jobs and stuff, you know, we're not worried about that, but, you know, as you keep winning, people are going to, you know, get rewarded.
And we know things move fast in college sports, so we'll continue to monitor this situation as the Final Four unfolds. It's Arizona versus Michigan Saturday at 5:39. The winner plays either UConn or Illinois in the Natty on Monday. And the Illini have a former Wildcat, Kylan Boswell, on the roster, so that could make for an interesting matchup. We also have some more local flavor here in Indianapolis. 2 prep stars are here for the junior national team minicamp with Team USA. Sunny Slope champion, state champion in the open division, Darius Wobbington, and then Aiden Diggs with Millennium. They are out here getting some work in. And remember, this time last year, Koa Pete with the Arizona Wildcats, when he was coming off that 4th state championship with Perry High School, was preparing to win his 4th junior national championship with Team USA. So really cool to see the local talent here on basketball's biggest stage. Coming to you live from Indianapolis, I'm Lena Washington, 12 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Lena. Hey, the women's Final Four here in Phoenix for the first time ever. Games of tomorrow, the marquee match of UConn, South Carolina. It's a rematch from last year's title game. UConn, the defending champs. SC won it all 2 years ago. They got two of the greatest coaches in all of sports. So you know, guys, it's going to be fun.
Obviously, that experience playing them last year, playing in the Final Four last year is helpful, but again, this is a new team that we're scouting and a new team that's playing against them.
It's incredible the standard that they have had for the past 40 years.
Suns great Amar'e Stoudemire elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame. According to ESPN, he'll be announced in the 2026 class on Saturday at the Final Four. Stoudemire was the 9th pick by the Suns, straight out of high school at 02, 6-time All-Star, Ring of Honor member, helped usher in one of the greatest eras of Suns basketball. His former coach, Alvin Gentry, says he's got a lot to say about Amar'e, but it's going to take a little bit longer than 7 seconds or less.
Number one, I think it's well-deserved. I mean, it's very deserving. If you look at the career that he's had and what he's done, and it's not like he's been on losing teams. He's had a lot of success, you know. What Amar'e became, an unbelievable finisher. But when he started consistently shooting his jump shot, then I thought he was pretty much unguardable. Well, you better get out of the way, because if you didn't, you were going to pay a price. And everybody forget, he was Rookie of the Year. Yao Ming wasn't. Just overall, I just think the way he carried himself and the things that he did, makes him an amazing player there. But, I had the opportunity to sit down and talk with him some. And I think as a person, he's a tremendous dad. And just a tremendous guy. I didn't find it very difficult to coach him at all. It's a big thing for Phoenix too, because I know he loved being in Phoenix, and I know he loved playing with Steve and those guys.
Cardinals draft a quarterback after moving on from Kyler Murray. Right now, Jacoby Brissett is the starter. Gardner Minshew is the backup. But what are the chances they take Alabama QB Ty Simpson? NFL Network reporting Simpson will visit the Cardinals. Some consider him maybe the best quarterback in the draft. Cardinals had the number 3 overall pick. Cardinals' new head coach Mike LaFleur met Simpson at the Combine.
A good dude, he had 18 minutes, and with a quarterback you need about 18 hours, like 18 days in a row. It was a good 18 minutes with him, just getting to know him. It's very surface level. I'm really impressed with him as a person, good dude, and see where it goes.
Where it goes, I know fans will be pretty fired up if they maybe got a tackle or a pass rusher at 3 and moved up for a quarterback later on in the first round.
That's where you get the buzz. Great to see the D-backs rallying after getting swept by the Dodgers. They turn around and return the favor.
It's almost like no one should have panicked after 3 games, right, Mark?
Yeah.
How about those D-backs? They swept the Tigers. Fun day out at the ballpark. Corbin Carroll, dude is red hot. Another home run. This one off AL Cy Young winner Tarik Skubal, 2nd of the season. You kidding me? Over the wall. And Skubal's like, all right, pretty good. D-backs up 1-0. That's all they needed, because Zach Gallen looked like the old Zach Gallen. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, painting the corners. Defense played really well behind him. So did Jose Fernandez. Yes way, Jose. 2nd big league game, coming off that 2-home run last night game. Look at this, making plays at first base too as well. You kidding me? Come on, kid. D-backs win at 1-0.
Overall, great series. Great series. I wanted to enjoy it, and we got a little bit of the night off. We got a very tough Atlanta team, and I want us to be as ready as we were for this last series for the upcoming series starting tomorrow with the Braves.
Yeah, it's going to be a big series here at Chase Field. Great seeing Kingman, Arizona's own, back on the mound. Tarik Skubal, the local hero, always has a big homecoming. 7 innings strong in his own backyard. Jake Garcia has more.
He grew up in a town where everyone knew his name, and for Wednesday's start against the D-backs, all of Chase Field will know it too. Tarik Skubal is Kingman's crown jewel, a big fish from a small pond, poised to make his 2nd start in his home state.
It's a small town, but it holds a special spot in my heart.
Kingman normally shuts down every 5th day for each Skubal appearance, but on this day, a desert town gets even more deserted.
It seems like everyone will drive down and take a day off of work to come watch me play when I'm especially here in Arizona.
The support system will be right in his line of sight.
I know we have a little section down this line somewhere, and we've got 50 tickets to that, and that's not even counting the people that I don't know that are going to come.
This man is not one of those strangers.
No, there was no doubt whatsoever. I told my boss last week I'm going.
Russ Skubal raised Tarik. He's his dad and gave him some fatherly advice when the hometown D-backs drafted him in 2017.
My advice to him was to do what he felt was right in his heart. He's a very loyal human being, and
he wanted to go back and play with his teammates that one more year.
While the alternate path could make the matchup against the Snakes more meaningful, Tarek says he hasn't given it much thought.
I was supposed to be in Detroit, and that's kind of how I think about it.
More concerned about where he is now and where he once was.
A lot of my best friends are from Kingman. We all went to high school together, played sports all the way growing up, and we're still in touch. And that bond will never be broken.
In Phoenix, Jake Garcia, 12 Sports.
Always remember where you come from. Great stuff, Jake.
Crushed.
Yeah, that's gone.
Oh, into the pool!
Nice, dude. Why do you have a Diamondback shirt?
Because I'm going to Arizona for after fourth pitch.
Oh, the kid's got some skills, guys. Wow. This is a 3-year-old Waylon. He has gone viral recently for his baseball skills on social media. The D-backs saw it, decided to invite him and his family out. Waylon could throw out the first pitch. He got to meet Gonzo. Look at him playing catch right there with Jordan Lawler before the game. Fire it in there, man. D-backs and Tigers just getting underway. D-backs, of course, coming off that first win of the season. You know, I was watching some of this video, and Gonzo was telling Dad, hey, man, your kid can crush it.
Serious?
Yeah.
Did you hear the pop in that glove?
That's what, Mark, I saw that video. I had to watch that a few times.
Yeah.
And he's only 3.
He's only 3.
Some kids aren't even potty trained by 3.
Well, this kid can pitch. He can swing the bat.
And he's potty trained.
Well, I don't know about that. He can play baseball first.
It's just impressive.
It's just impressive, right? Priorities. Different families have different ways, you know.
I'm a mom. I'm always
Man's got some velocity.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys are going to give us some love. I got to be here. Channel 12 is where it's at. Come on. I got to be here for you guys.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, likewise.
Tori, there's always something special about your home opener.
Yeah.
How much are you able to just kind of forget about the last few days in LA and just say this is our home, this is where we belong, let's go?
Yeah, I think that's what I've been looking forward to. This is our house. We love playing in front of our fans. When this place is full, it's rocking. I've always said that, better than any stadium I've ever been in. You can go to some of those teams in the NL East that claim that they're the best, but I love playing in front of these fans. I think the players respond to it. The last 3 games were tough, no doubt about it, but we'll be ready for this challenge today.
Tori, you guys went toe-to-toe with the defending champs. And outside of maybe one crooked inning, you guys were there, had lead in every game. How did you look at that series against the Dodgers?
A couple different ways. Number one, we played 25 and a half innings, and I think that of those, we played 21 real good innings. Gotcha. The other ones where they put up crooked numbers on us, that was the difference in the game. So we got to find out the reasons why that happened and get better and just win games that we're supposed to win. We did go toe-to-toe with them, and that's nice. There's no moral victories in this game, but it gives you a little bit of a grade card to say we came close, this is what we got to do to improve, now let's go do it.
All right, and a lot of people are automatically, I probably would have been one of them until I looked at a little closer, but you guys weren't able to really score after the first 4 innings in LA.
Yeah.
I don't care how good your bullpen is, you got to be able to do more than that, right?
I agree. We talk about scratch runs, tacking on, making that 2-run lead, a 3-run lead. And we know the Dodgers are very potent. It's, not walking batters, not giving up a 2 or 3-run home run. And that's what kind of clipped us. But in the meantime, we still got to play our game. We got to focus on what we're doing because eventually they're going to catch you. I think every good team has the ability to do something like the Dodgers did to us when we got stale. So one of the things we talked about is get that scratch run, tack on, make a 3-run lead, a 4-run lead, and continue building to where you feel like it's insurmountable and you can't be caught.
And is that something that you picked up on coming out of spring that this team would be able to do?
Yes, I have a lot of confidence in this team's offense. For the past couple years, and I've known it very, very well, we've been up at the top or very near to the top of run scoring potential, and those numbers showed up that way. So I believe in us offensively. So when we hit a little speed bumps, we figure out the reasons why. But the things that bother me most, defense, I feel like we played good defense. The base running, we got to tighten up. We gave up some outs on the bases. That's something else we can get better at.
Tori, you've been here 10 years.
Is
it crazy walking around here all these years?
Yeah.
It's almost home, kind of. Yeah.
It is home.
Yeah.
It is home. My wife and I are Arizonans. We call it home. We're going to call it home forever. We love it here. And it is hard to believe, Cam, right? So 10 years ago.
You didn't have the beard. We pulled up pictures today.
I know. I told you I was going to shave it off.
You did? Well, what happened?
I don't know. I just kind of went with it. I got a haircut and lost all the hair. I thought I got to trick them and think that I got hair down here. Who knows? But I've been honored to be the D-backs manager for 10 years.
Third longest in baseball, by the way.
It's really rare.
Yeah, it is rare. It is rare. It means that I work for an incredible man, an owner, and Ken Kendrick. Great people like Derek Hall and Mike Hazen that believe in me. We lost 110 games. I shouldn't be sitting here right now 4 years ago. So I'm grateful. So I'm very grateful, and I want to show them and prove to them that they got the right guy. I want to win a world championship for this entire state of Arizona.
So, Mark, besides that he has embraced Arizona like all of us who moved here from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Tori appreciates chewing gum just like I do.
Yeah.
What are you chewing today?
It was a Trident. I got 2 pieces left in my pocket, believe it or not.
Did you go through the whole pack today?
Yeah, this is it.
Are you a 2 at a time man?
2 at a time, chew. Yeah. One's not enough, for sure.
He's like a whole pack in an hour.
Yeah.
Just go get a new pack
He's
right
my
after
kind
that.
of guy.
So-
He's my kind of guy.
Okay, yeah, it's the stress. Like, my family will say to me, like, easy on the gum, man. You're killing it out there. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I am not.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, going back, I know you grew up watching baseball. You've been in the game for almost your whole adult life as a professional. What is your best or most vivid opening day memory ever?
That's a good question. I'll never forget my very first opening day. It was very special. I made the team, and Sparky Anderson in Detroit, Michigan, made it a point to tell me just what we would talk about. Don't forget how special this moment is. Don't take it for granted. This is your first one. Open up your eyes and see what's around you. See what the stadium looks like. Remember the smell. Remember the sidelines, and it'll always stay with you for the rest of your life. And I could still remember that day like it was yesterday.
I remember his first one here. They walked it off to win it.
Yeah.
And he got bombarded with all kinds of stuff after the game.
Yeah.
And you showed up to the press conference afterwards. Your eyes
Yeah.
were like bloodshot red.
Okay, well, that's another one. I was going to say he's absolutely right. Chris Owings hit a walk-off single to win on day one of my first day as being the manager here. And I'll never forget that as well. I lost my father a short time before that, so it was very emotional for me to win that game and be sitting in this dugout. But Cam's right. They put you in the shower, and you're fully clothed, and they put everything they can imagine on you. And somebody
Shaving cream.
Yeah. Somebody must have hit me with a hot sauce because my eyes, I couldn't see. I was in the press conference. I couldn't
He's
see
trying to
a thing.
answer questions like this.
It was like Mace.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like Mace. It was awful.
Well, let's have a repeat performance tonight.
I would go for that. We need a win. We need a dub really bad.
There we go.
Good to see you, Tori.
Likewise, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. All right,
Always
yeah.
appreciate
All right.
your time.
D-backs
Likewise.
manager Tori Lavelle stopping by before the home opener. D-backs and Tigers right here on 12 News. Ladies and gentlemen, as they say in the great world of professional wrestling, the champ is here.
That's right.
Got the belt. I had the belt.
Yeah. Did you hang it up?
We've got it hung up. Yes.
Oh, there we go.
It's hanging up.
Next
Yeah.
to all the other trophies and baseballs, all the above?
No doubt.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Well, I'm glad they didn't wait until we played our first 3 games to award it to me because I wouldn't have gotten it.
Sure.
D-backs CEO Derek Hall joining us live right now. D-backs on deck. Derek, it's good to see you. Obviously a tough series in LA. Coming back home, what's the feeling like?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be tough, and our schedule doesn't get any easier. I mean, look at the teams that we're playing. You've got the Tiger. You have all these teams that were either in contention or went to the playoffs. We've got Orioles coming up. We've got
Braves,
the Braves. We got the Mets. We got Blue Jays. I mean, it doesn't get any easier, but you got to play them all, and you got to take advantage of the schedule when you can. And I have a lot of faith in this team, and I think they'll bounce back. I know they're not worried.
Yeah. What did you make of just the performance in LA? The kind of just vibe of opening day, and then the setting of it being against this team.
Yeah, it's a tough place to open up first off, but then when they're celebrating their world championship, they're back to back. It makes it even tougher. Yeah, but they did it. They did a great job as always. The weather was great. The crowds were great. We had a chance to win a couple of those games, and we were ahead in all 3. Yeah. So that was the toughest part for me is that our offense just got stagnant at the end of each game. We've got to keep it going.
Right. Yeah, because fans are quick to jump on the bullpen, but I thought outside of one really bad outing, I thought they held their own.
I totally agree.
That's a tough lineup there.
Yeah, it is.
It's a great symbol of talent that the Dodgers are able to put together. And I thought you guys went punch for punch.
I agree, and they're so well balanced. Right, left, switch. I mean, It is a tough lineup. It's
Yeah.
a tough roster, and they're back-to-back champs for a reason.
Absolutely. Well, what do you make of just this roster's construction? A lot of guys from that 2023 World Series run, but then some new faces like a Jordan Lawler who's trying to just solidify his position here in this organization.
Yeah, I really like our roster. It was tough to assess it, Lena, with the WBC because we had 12 players in WBC, and we never really saw that whole team together, especially our infield. They were gone almost the entire time for WBC. But I agree. Some of the faces, the corner infielders, bring a lot of leadership, a lot of veteran presence to this lineup. They're going to help a lot of the young kids as they grow into the roles like Jordan. But I think we're fully capable of getting back to the postseason. That's what we're shooting for. We hope for another magical year like we had in 23.
Yeah. All right, over your shoulder, Derek, up top, they're showing all the new things at Chase Field, like up there on the big new Jumbotron, right?
The new video board.
New video board.
It is great.
Derek, you did mention the ribbons.
Yeah.
What's the deal with the ribbons? What are fans upset with about some of those ribbons?
Well, before in the front row, actually the first couple of rows, they could see through the railing and they could see the entire field. Well, now there's a bit of obstruction in some of them where they don't see all of the foul territory. So we're trying to figure out how we can work through that, either working with them to relocate them or refund them. But, we'll get through it. We had that issue before when we first installed our LED ribbon on the club level. So fans should be upset. We're upset that there's an obstruction now, too. We weren't expecting it. It was a miss.
Derek, before we get you out of here, just what does this moment, the home opener, mean to you? What's the moment that gives you chills? Because it's really a hectic day leading up to first pitch for guys like you and the folks behind the scenes. But what really makes you happy to have this job when it all comes down to it?
Oh, when I see all the crowd back, they're going to pack this place. They're going to get to see a really special first pitch with Bowden. I mean, Bum Kirchner, this young man, and his story. And then they're going to get to see a wonderful national anthem with Joe Jacinto and his story. Here is a blind performer who taught himself how to play the clarinet, and I'm going to get chills throughout. And the flyover and having the roof open, there's nothing like it. The bunting, the red, white, and blue. This is a holiday.
Yeah.